The Switch is full of awesome games. But when it comes to frenetic action titles that are exclusive to the console, the pickings have been a little slim. Until now. Astral Chain from Platinum Games is a fast-paced action RPG that is frenetic, charming, challenging, and somehow feels like a classic Nintendo title. The game is just as intense as it is accessible. There are little combos to learn, and most of the game's flow comes from combining your attacks with your Legion's slick moves. The chain in Astral Chain is what connects you to your Legion and grants you control over these impressive beasts. You will start the game with access to 1 Legion, but soon you will capture a total of 5 Legions, each with their own varying skills. Now, I'm not saying you gotta catch them all, but you do have to catch them all to beat the game. Don't worry though, catching these beasts involves fun boss battles, and you won't have to search high and low to find these legendary creatures. The controls may seem imposing, as you will use the left analog stick to control your movements, and the right analog stick to control your Legion when it is on the battlefield. The right Z trigger controls your attacks, and the left Z trigger controls your Legion's attacks, with the left bumper controlling your Legion's special ability. Having your Legion present on the field drains their energy, and this means you have to perform impressive takedowns on the game's enemies known as the Chimera to recharge your Legion. Or you could just press the right bumper to call your Legion back to its Pokeball to recharge. Oh, silly me. I meant Legion storage device. Moving your character and your Legion together as one to execute some very sleek combat maneuvers is insanely gratifying. You can perform special sync attacks to synchronize your mollywomping, you can juggle a crowd together, or you can even tie up the beasties you're fighting with your Astral Chain. TM. At first, it may feel a little clunky, but that is not due to poor design. It is due to learning a whole new combat system that plays radically different from most action games, while still having a familiar foundation. Beyond your Legion, you have the X-Baton at your side. This is a modular weapon that takes the form of a pistol, baton, and finally a massive Buster Sword. You can freely switch between any of the weapon styles, and they all have their uses. Although, the pistol is the only one required for certain enemies. The baton and sword mode will mostly be chosen based on player preference. However, the pistol is very necessary for flying enemies. You can use your melee weapons in conjunction with your Legion tossing you into the air to deal with the flying beasties, but in my experience, these enemies are there to remind you, oh yeah, I have a gun. When you start the game, you choose a male or female character who you're able to customize. You will also get to customize your outfit's colors and gain access to new clothing options as you progress. Your character is a silent protagonist, although the gender you do not play as will be your twin, and they will be fully voice acted. This is mostly a Japanese thing, as a great number of RPGs in Japan feature silent protagonists, and offer you a couple dialogue options to personalize your character to your tastes. Beyond all the ass-kicking you will be performing, there are many side quests that could seem mundane in theory, such as finding lost animals, helping lost children, getting a kid an ice cream cone to replace the one they lost, and cheering up your coworkers. Okay, they seem really mundane when I think about it. However, the execution of these mini-quests is so charming and coupled with some very fun exploration that I was addicted to solving each case that came my way. The game is not open world but mission based, with each mission taking place in fairly large environments that are full of missable quests and items that take time exploring to find. In between your missions, you will be back at Police HQ to upgrade and customize your character, as well as do a little item shopping. Yep, you're playing a futuristic cop in a city that is mostly based on Tokyo. Remember kids, this is a Japanese game, which means these cops represent the Japanese idea of police, not American police officers. If it seems like I'm making some kind of deal out of that, it's because liberal gamers have already bitched about the game being police propaganda, when they have not even played the thing or thought about the fact that cops in Japan are radically different from American police. Now, personally, I am not a fan of American police. Most of them do more harm than good. But I do have a fascination for the profession, and I'm actually pretty impressed that in Japan, cops perform mostly boring tasks that are beneficial to the public at large. I, for one, am more sick of gamers bitching about things they do not understand than I am of playing a good cop in a video game or watching good cops in TV and film. Somehow, liberals think the representation of good police officers in media somehow makes us all think cops are golden heroic gods. And not that these portrayals are to influence current or future police officers on what makes a real hero. I, for one, think that the game is making a point about what a real hero should be. Not only do you kick the ass of evil, but you take the time to assist the good people who just need an ice cream cone replaced. Yes, I will get off the soapbox for now. The variety in the level design keeps the action fresh and engaging. On top of that, the boss battles are perhaps some of the most fun encounters I have played. Let me put it this way. I do not remember the last time I beat a boss fight and thought, damn, it's over already? Let's go again, Daddy! These fights are not too easy, nor are they too short. They are just so much damn fun you want to get back on right after you climax. Kinda like sex with your dad. Besides the fetch quests and the superb combat, there are puzzles to solve, platforms to be platformed, and even some stealth-based missions, which made me groan until I played them. This is one seriously well-polished game. There are so many facets to the entire experience, and all of them feel like they belong in this universe. Most of all, nothing you do in this game is boring. Even if the more mundane quests seem uninteresting to you, the rewards will make them worth your while, and then you'll realize just how much fun those silly things can be. This game is a reason for any action fan to own a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's that good on all fronts. The story is entertaining with great twists and turns, the world building is stellar, combat is fresh and invigorating, and this all means Nintendo has caught another fantastic franchise to add to their growing collection of unique and highly polished exclusives that offers something you just cannot find on any other console. Now, am I some kind of fanboy? Well, I guess between Astral Chain, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and Bayonetta 2, I have certainly become one. It doesn't hurt that I also get to take these great games with me anywhere I go. Okay, Nintendo, let's see that paycheck. Oh, you mean I did all this for free? Well, shit. I guess I just love being Nintendo's whore.